She had the safest life in Cincinnati. A steady job, a loving man, a pretty apartment full of plants and warm light, and she was quietly falling apart, one comfortable Tuesday at a time. This is the story of Emma Collins and the bell that changed everything. Emma had built her life the way most of us build ours, carefully, cautiously, one safe decision at a time. But tucked under her bed, in a worn manila envelope, was a secret she kept even from herself. A brochure for a graduate fellowship in New York City. Full funding. A brand new life. She had filled out the application twice. She had never once pressed submit. Every January, she would smooth the brochure flat on her kitchen table and whisper, "Next year, when I feel ready." She said that for 3 years in a row. Neuroscientists call this status quo bias, the brain's powerful preference for the familiar, even when the familiar is making us miserable. Our brain registers change as danger. The result? We keep choosing the known pain over the unknown possibility. Then one Wednesday morning in March, the bell rang. She manager was standing by her desk with that careful expression, the one that means only one thing. "Emma, your last day is Friday." She drove home in silence. She sat on her kitchen floor. She cried for 2 hours straight. And that same evening, her boyfriend Derek said quietly that he thought they both knew they wanted different things. And he left before the dishes were done. In 48 hours, Emma lost everything she had spent 5 years holding on to. The sparrow always panics when the bell rings, but it is the ringing, not the silence, that was keeping her trapped. Her best friend Jade came over that night. No advice, no plans, just a chocolate cake, a blanket, and silence, the way real friends do. And at midnight, Jade said something Emma would never forget. "Em, you built your whole nest inside a bell that already went silent. Maybe the universe just rang it because you never would have flown out on your own." Emma almost got angry. But somewhere beneath the grief, something cracked open, like a door she had always assumed was locked, turning out to have no lock at all. The weeks that followed were brutal. Rejections, cereal for dinner, silence where there used to be a life. But one morning, she opened her laptop. Not to apply, she told herself, just to look. And there it was. One accepted student had dropped out. One spot had reopened. The deadline, 72 hours away. Emma sat completely still for 60 seconds. Then she started typing. She wrote the truest thing she had ever written. She didn't polish it, she didn't rehearse it. She just told the truth, that she had been hiding, that she was terrified, that she was finally, completely, irreversibly ready. At 2 a.m., she called Jade. I pressed submit. Jade screamed so loud Emma had to hold the phone away from her ear. 7 months later, Emma Collins walked out of NYU on a Tuesday evening, exhausted, challenged, more alive than she had felt in years. She passed a sparrow near Washington Square Park, hopping along a bench. She stopped and watched it for a moment. And she smiled, because she finally understood. The bell didn't take her home away. It showed her she never needed that hollow, silent place to begin with. Friends, we all build our nests, our jobs, our relationships, our routines, and we tell ourselves, this is safe, nothing will change. But sometimes life rings the bell. And in that moment of shattering, when everything you held on to breaks, that is not the end of your story.
That is the first line of the real one. If your bell has already rung, keep flying. Your forest is out there, and it is more beautiful than anything you left behind. If this story moved you, share it with someone whose bell just rang. They need to hear it today.